The grand hall buzzed with excitement for Tessie's wedding. Laughter and music filled the air as guests in their finest attire celebrated. But then, a man named Gabriel entered, and the music seemed to falter. He was dressed in torn, dusty clothes, his hair unkempt, a stark contrast to the opulence around him. Whispers spread like wildfire. "Who is this beggar?" Someone hissed. "How did he even get in?" Another scoffed. Tessie's aunt, Martha, marched over to him, her face a mask of disgust. "You must leave," she said, her voice dripping with disdain. "You are embarrassing the family." Gabriel simply smiled a sad, knowing smile and found a quiet corner to sit. He watched as the family, including Tessie's new husband Peter, openly mocked him. Peter's brother Matthew even pointed and laughed, making a show of his own expensive suit. Tessie watched the scene unfold with a heavy heart. She didn't know the man, but the cruelty of her new family made her deeply uncomfortable. She felt a strange pull towards him, a flicker of a forgotten memory, but couldn't place it. The poor man looked so lonely, so out of place. She wanted to say something, to defend him, but the wedding ceremony was starting, and she was swept away in the moment. Later, during the reception, the time came for toasts. The master of ceremonies invited esteemed guests to speak. After a few predictable speeches, Gabriel, the man in rags, slowly stood up. A hush fell over the crowd. People were shocked and angry. What was this man doing? Aunt Martha tried to have security remove him, but Gabriel raised a hand, and his voice, clear and strong, echoed through the hall. "My name is Gabriel," he began, "and 20 years ago I was a poor man. I had a beautiful wife, Aminet, and a little girl named Tessie, but I couldn't provide for them. I made the hardest decision of my life. I left, promising myself I would only return when I could give them the world." Gasps rippled through the room. Tessie's eyes widened in disbelief. This was her father? The father who had abandoned her and her mother, who had passed away years ago from a broken heart. Gabriel continued, his gaze sweeping over the stunned faces of the family. "I worked tirelessly. I built an empire from nothing. Today, I am one of the richest men on the continent. I came back to find my daughter, to give her everything I had promised. I came here today, dressed as I was when I left, to see the hearts of the people my daughter was joining." He looked directly at Peter, at Matthew, at Aunt Martha. "And I have seen them. I have seen the rot of pride and the coldness of a heart that judges a man by his clothes and not his character. You saw a beggar to be ridiculed. You didn't see a human being." Tessie was crying, tears of shock, of anger, of a deep, confusing joy. Her father was alive. He was here. Then Gabriel's voice turned to steel. "I had planned to make my daughter and her new husband the heirs to my entire fortune. But I cannot entrust my legacy to people with such poor character. The inheritance will not go to Peter's family." He turned his gaze, now soft and filled with regret, to Tessie. "My dearest Tessie," he said, his voice trembling, "I have failed you as a father. I can never make up for the lost years, but I am here now. And I see in your eyes the kindness of your mother, Aminet. You were uncomfortable with their cruelty. You have a good heart." He walked towards her, the crowd parting like the sea. He stood before his daughter, a king in beggar's clothes. "The choice is yours, my child. My entire fortune is yours, and yours alone. You can decide what to do with it, and who you choose to share your life with. I only ask for your forgiveness." The hall was silent, save for Tessie's sobs. The family that had mocked him now stood frozen, their faces a mixture of shame and utter shock. They had scorned the beggar, only to find out he held their future in his hands. The wedding celebration was over, but a new, more profound story had just begun. The tale of Gabriel and Tessie reminds us all, in the grand African tradition, that the content of a person's character is the only true wealth. Never judge a book by its cover, for you never know if you're looking at a king. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe for more tales that touch the heart.